Now we're going to go to Bundesliga, where Bayern Munich have absolutely turned a corner, put their foot down, and I tell you what, another couple of weeks like they're having, and they're not going to have anyone in their rearview mirror. And we've got Radek and we've got Alex. And Radek, first of all, Bayern Munich really turning on the class.
Yes, 6-0 against Hoffenheim is a result you expect in tennis, but it's not so often in football. And they might have won even higher if there wasn't any interruption by some crazy fans, so-called fans.
No Lewandowski neither, Alex. They score 6. What a scary thought that is for the Bundesliga teams.
And I thought that my minus 1.5 is in danger, but when they're scoring 6 like that for fun, you know, this is what we love to see from Bayern Munich. Yeah, and to be honest, a little bit lucky because RB Leipzig were kept to a 1-1 draw by Leverkusen, as we predicted. Remember, Flash, last week?
Yeah.
So that was a good bet, but yeah, I think that Bayern are going to win another title in Bundesliga.
Okay, first of all, Rafa, can we have a look at the Bundesliga record, please? Here we go. Overall record, profit of 5. Your profit is less than Bayern Munich scored last week, but it is profit, gentlemen. Average price 2.01, and their individual records, please, Rafa. There you go. Alex, 10.7. And Radek, you're happy around the 5.7 with a little minus, but it could have been worse. Let's see if we can get ourselves and our teeth right into this. We've only got 4 games because you boys have duplicated on 2. I'm going to start with you, Radek. Bayern Munich, 1.11 minus 900. The draw, 11.5, which is plus 1050. And Augsburg at 29.0, which is plus 2800.
I have 3 reasons for maybe at some kind of unreasonable bet, because Bayern Munich played yesterday in the cup game just 1-0 against Schalke, and they have to play against Chelsea next week. So they are between 2 tough games and now facing Augsburg at home. And Augsburg is a team who always is 150 or 190% better against Bayern Munich than in every other game, and they managed to keep the games close against Bayern within the last games. And I think Bayern always tends to doesn't want to harm their neighbor, because Augsburg is about 60 kilometers from Munich, and it's like a small brother. And I think Bayern is not beating them up like they could at the moment, because Augsburg is not that impressive. But I think in this game, the Asian handicap on Augsburg is very attractive. They have an Asian handicap plus 2.75 around a fair odd of 2, and you get 1.9 for that. So if Augsburg loses with 2 goals difference, the bet is won. If they lose with 3 goals different, what they did only twice within the last 10 years, I think, then the bet will be lost half. So I stick to Augsburg that they will be within 2 goals, and then the bet is a good one.
Yeah, I mean, there's more chance of Nelson getting his eye back than them only getting beat by 2 goals, the way that Bayern Munich are playing. They are playing like the Harlem Globetrotters of basketball. I would say there's probably not a hotter team in Europe than them Bayern Munich boys. And the good thing is that the Chelsea game's killed off. They haven't even got to worry about that. The second thing is that any boy that comes in and puts a Bayern Munich shirt on, he wants to play in them games. So they're going to use their squad, and they're all going to be absolutely sizzling. And by the way, gentlemen, you can rest easy, because I've already given out my European trap of the weekend, which was Eibar at home at 1.7. Although I was tempted to go for Augsburg to be my trap at plus 2,800. Okay, Alex. Leverkusen 1.75, minus 133, draw 4.2, which is plus 320, and Frankfurt 4.95 plus 395. There looks like goals, Alex.
Yeah, first of all, King George, you're saying that he just saw your last goal from your career as a football player, and this is what he wanted me to transmit you this, you know?
No, that wasn't my last goal. That was just the last goal of that season. I played 9 more years after that. Thanks for that.
Maybe,
and as a striker, you can't
so,
have 9 years of a drought.
In 9 years, you failed to score?
Exactly. According to George, I did.
Okay. Yeah, Leverkusen and Eintracht Frankfurt. Many German teams in Europa League this season in the last 16, and the two of them are playing next week in Europa League on Thursday. Leverkusen, an easier match against the Rangers. Eintracht, I think against Rangers it was Leverkusen, right? Yes. Eintracht not so easy. I think that this Leverkusen side turned the wheel after the winter break. Eintracht very poor on the road this season in Bundesliga. Just 2 wins and 1 draw in 11 matches. Imagine that. I think that the reason is that they don't have a long bench, and because they are playing in both Europa League right now, and they are trying their best to go deep in the competition. They are closer to the relegation zone than they are to the European spots. 7 points above the relegation zone, 8 points behind the European spots. I think that Leverkusen are by far the better side between the two. I also expect goals, so I have 2 bets for this match. I'm going over 3 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.86, and I'm going Leverkusen to win, which is my banker at 1.75.
Okay, and that's your banker. You've got that out of the way early. Radek, Leverkusen 1.75. I was mightily impressed with their patience, discipline, and execution away in Porto last week.
Yeah, they play great at the moment. They are not losing points as they did in the first half of the season. So they are a team who has the chance to climb a little bit more high in the standings as well, and secure the Champions League spots. So they have to win this game for sure. But as we say in Germany, you can't trust Bayer Leverkusen. It's not really a saying here, but I don't trust them. So, but one thing looks certain for me as well, as Alex said, over 3 goals in a game between these two teams, because Leverkusen gets goals and Frankfurt is able to score goals and will get goals as well. So over 3 goals is my bet here as well, with an odd of 1.86.
Yeah, we like
that. I was very impressed with Leverkusen also against Porto. Both match won by the German team. Of course, after that, it was a little bit of a surprise to see them performing so well against RB Leipzig, but again we predicted that. I think that they should win this game. You remember 3 rounds ago when Radek was saying they must win against Union Berlin if the people should trust them to be Champions League in Champions League position. And I really think that right now Leverkusen are better than Borussia Mönchengladbach, for example. I think that that will be the change in the German Bundesliga standings between Leverkusen and Gladbach, and we will see a top 4 position: Bayern, Dortmund, Leipzig, and Leverkusen.
You don't think there's any chance of Bremen making a run for it, Alex? Okay, Alex,
No,
I'll leave you that
no.
one. Wolfsburg 4.2 plus 320, draw 3.82 plus 282, and RB Leipzig 1.93 minus 108. Is this a trappy price? I'm not going to go with a trap because I like RB Leipzig, and anything is it was possible with them. But at 1.93, it looks very appetizing.
So Donny is on chat. We welcome Donny. He's asking you if there are any worms left on the hook. So yeah, as you guys are giving worms for breakfast. We are giving worms for dinner right now with our content. I hope that I'm not going to play this match from a winner's market perspective, because I'm really scared about this match, about this Wolfsburg side at home. We've seen RB Leipzig having troubles with Leverkusen last week. We know that the most important match for them right now, it will be played on next Tuesday at home against the mighty Tottenham, who are enjoying a good series of defeats in a row across all competitions. And I think that Wolfsburg have the chance to win at least 1 point from this match. They are in great shape. They are fighting for that European position there. They are coming after some brilliant matches. I think that they are unbeaten in the last 5. They are scoring goals for fun, and I think that they can do some magic here against RB Leipzig. I'm going the Alex Classic here, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals in the match at 1.9.
It's a decent price, that, you know. That really is a decent price. I wrote down the Alex Classic just off the top of my head, and then I'm thinking to myself, Leipzig at 1.93. But I can easily see this being even a 2-2 draw. Yeah, great game, entertaining game. Wolfsburg love to play on the front foot. The problem is when you play on the front foot against Leipzig, you can be on the attack and 4 seconds later you'll be taking the ball out the back of your own net. So, like that. Alex Classic 1.9. Radek, Gladbach 3.25, which is plus 225 draw. 3.95, which is plus 295. And Dortmund at 2.22, plus 122. Dortmund are on fire as well.
Yeah, but they're facing their most important game so far on next Tuesday, I think, against Paris Saint-Germain, the rematch. They won the home game 2-1, but the one goal of Neymar can kill them, and I think they are at Paris with their heads, and that's why this Bundesliga game is very tough for them, because Gladbach is getting stronger within the last weeks, and they can hurt Dortmund here, because Dortmund didn't play very well against Freiburg last week. They were even a bit lucky not to draw this game, maybe. But anyway, I think the Gladbach can make a point here, and that's why I like the odds of 3.9 for a draw. And I will go for it and make a draw XBet, Radek's bet here. And I don't know what's your opinion about the games in the Champions League, because sometimes you have teams who heat up in the games before important games and score a lot of goals. Other teams are focused on the next game and let play their second bench team or something like that. But yeah, I'm not sure what's Dortmund doing.
Yeah, it's difficult for Dortmund, because I don't think they've got that depth in their squad where they've got the real quality that they could maybe play or rest their players on a Saturday afternoon. But PSG is definitely their biggest game of the season, outside of playing, obviously, Bayern. It's a tough game for them. It's a tough game. And Gladbach at home, they're decent. I think that 2.2... It's a good price, and if you just went on the face of it, you'd probably go with Dortmund to win this game. Now, they'd want to go into the game next week against PSG, one with no injuries, but they wouldn't want to go in on the back of a dodgy performance. So I think Dortmund will probably put their best foot forward. I think the draw is probably the value, Radek, to be honest. Alex, do you like the draw?
No, I don't like the draw, because 2.2, it's very tough to find the Dortmund at 2.2 in this top shape that they are right now. 3 clean sheets in a row in the Bundesliga, 4 from the last 5 matches, clean sheets. This is a huge surprise to see Dortmund not to conceding so many goals. Yes, if they were not playing Paris Saint-Germain next week, they were my banker of the week. But I have to pass it as a banker because that is, I think, that the most important match from the two of them. But let's be honest, 4 points behind the Bayern Munich. Anything can happen. 10 matches till the end of the season. I know that they always screw the end of the season. This is what Dortmund does every single season, you know. So they will probably not even touch Bayern Munich in the standings there. But I love the Alex Classic here, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.7, because Gladbach are not Freiburg, they are not Werder Bremen, and they are playing at home, you know. And Gladbach right now are in a great shape. I think that they lost the last match in January, around the mid-January. I think that they have 5 matches, unbeaten matches, and won 3 of them, and they scored in every match. So it's very important, this top great shape that they are in right now. This is why the Alex Classic at 1.7 represents great value, in my opinion. You can go also over 3 goals on the Asian handicap, which is around even money.
I look at the players and think they don't want to get injured. The world's eyes are going to be on them. Obviously, they've got the lead going into the second leg. I just think we might only see Dortmund at 80%. Now, is that 80% good enough to get a result in Gladbach? It all does point to the draw. So if we're going for the Alex Classic as well, we want a 2-2. And we have been known on this show to get the correct results. So we've got your banker, Radek, is... What is your banker? Is it Leverkusen?
Yeah, I have to bet on this because 3 goals in the game between Leverkusen and Frankfurt should be not a bad thing, and I can't see a better bet here.
Okay, and Alex, your banker?
Leverkusen to win at 1.75.
Yeah, that's it. So Radek is over 3 goals at 1.86, and Leverkusen just to win. Poor old Frankfurt, they're getting no votes. And as we do now on this show, as long as Juve Rosler is in charge, we cheer on Fortuna Düsseldorf. I think it was 3-3 last weekend, and they were up. And then obviously they took their foot off the gas and came away with just a point. So good luck to them.